So, Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 263 is out. We see the conclusion of Sukuna versus Yuta in Gojo's body. Yuji can now target the barrier between Sukuna and Megumi's souls using Cleave. Hana the Angel also shows up again and hits Sukuna with Jacob's ladder for the 3rd time. It's a wild chapter. It starts with the Unlimited Void's domain barrier shattering. Sukuna's skin is torn as he lands outside the barrier, saying that even his Malevolent Shrine's barrier was destroyed. He mentions that he pulled it off even though he's not used to using purple, which is his ultimate technique. As we remember, in the previous chapter, Yuta somehow brought a tape recorder with Inumaki's cursed speech into the domain, freezing Sukuna, and then fired a hollow purple at him. This hurt Sukuna and shattered the domain barrier. An important plot point. Todo and Yuji spring into action, and Yuji asks Yuta to use as many purples as he can once he recovers his cursed technique. But Yuta falls, showing that Kenjaku's curse technique, which he had copied, stopped working once the domain broke. The narrator explains that Kenjaku's curse technique burned out before 5 minutes passed. Like, bro, what? I wasn't expecting this. Well, Todo notices Yuta reaching his limit and admires Sukuna for not letting up. Sukuna then lands a black flash on Todo while he's distracted. Then, Sukuna sees Yuji coming toward him and turns to defend himself. But Todo quickly teleports Yuji behind Sukuna. Todo says he's not done yet. Yuji manages to land some punches on Sukuna's face. Then, Todo uses his Vibra Slap to activate Boogie Woogie. He explains that as long as there are shards of the barrier floating around, Boogie Woogie can work perfectly. Even Yuta isn't done yet. So, when domain expansions break, they shatter like glass, and these shards remain in the world. Todo can use these shards to switch places with his Boogie Woogie technique. With possibly millions of shards, Todo has nearly infinite options for switching. In the next sequence, we see Yuji teleporting all over and attacking Sukuna by using the shards. Yuji hits Sukuna perfectly at the barrier between Sukuna and Megumi's souls. Yuji says he'll keep doing it until Fushiguro wakes up. Sukuna is shocked to realize that Yuji can target his technique so precisely. Yuji keeps firing Dismantle at the barrier, showing his vast improvement in the manga. Now Yuji can do it with Cleave. It's not exactly breaking the barrier, but it's doing a lot of damage. Sukuna backs away, realizing that if he keeps taking these hits, he won't be able to maintain his body and will lose. In one of the wildest parts of the chapter, Sukuna throws up some of his fingers and consumes them again because he's getting beaten so badly with Cleave. Ew. How could anyone eat his own fingers? But I like this twist. Sukuna says Yuji has used a binding vow to make his strikes more effective in tearing Sukuna's soul from Megumi's body. It's about time Yuji starts using the broken binding vow system. Yuji cuts down the pillar Sukuna is standing on and tries to land a punch, but Sukuna dodges midair and strikes back. Sukuna says if he avoids the blows, Yuji and Todo will have no effective moves left. Todo tries to use his Vibra Slap, but fails. Sukuna grins, preparing to face Yuji, but Todo uses his Vibra Slap again. This time, it swaps Hana with Angel's curse technique directly above Sukuna's head. Todo's Vibra Slap breaks after its final use, and the narrator says Todo's curse technique range was extended through a binding vow. Hana unexpectedly uses the Boogie Woogie swapping with a shard of the domain expansion and blasts Sukuna with Angel's maximum output Jacob's ladder technique. It looks like this might be the end for Sukuna. Yuji might need to deliver the final blow, but Jacob's ladder seems like the ultimate move to take him down. In my opinion, JJK is getting boring because the same plot keeps repeating. Sukuna gets into final fights, uses new techniques, and escapes. Sorcerers jump into battles whenever they want. If this battle doesn't end soon, it might be a big downfall for JJK fans. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.